What's up, everybody? We're here at Cottage Grove, Oregon. It's an 18-hole course. Looks like it was recently mowed and maintained. Pretty excited to play. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, got a little bit of wind going on. Looks like it's been mowed, like you said. Last time I played, it wasn't really well taken care of, but looks like it's going to be fun today. So I can't wait to play. All right, let's get into it.
All right, hole one is a 348-foot par 3. This hole plays pretty straight, pretty open. There's some trees on the left-hand side, and there is a fence that runs along the right-hand side of the fairway. Anything over that is OB. All right, hole 2 is a 156-foot par 3. There's a double mando on this hole. You have to throw in between the two trees with the ribbons on there. You can see them right in front of me. Pretty tough shot overall. All right, hole 3 is a 282-foot par 3. There's a couple different lines you could take on this one. No mandos. I prefer the left-hand side gap. You see me throw in there. There's a pretty low ceiling on the right-hand side of the fairway. Elevated basket on this one. Decently tough hole. All right, hole 4 is a 228-foot par 3. This hole plays pretty tough. The basket is tucked back in the trees there. There is a line on the right-hand side. It's super tight, not the ideal play. The play I opted for was around the outside. All right, hole 5 is about 400-foot par 3. There's another setting back to the right that's 448 foot, but we played the 400 setting. It is pretty wide open. A line of trees down the left-hand side of the fairway, and you're playing over a swamp. So good luck if you throw it in there. All right, hole 6 is a 300-foot par 3. As you can see, the fairway is, the gap that you have to hit is really tight. You can't really see the basket from the tee, so it's somewhat of a blind shot. Very difficult hole. All right, hole 7 is a 255-foot par 3. Pretty open, about 3/4 of the way down the fairway. You'll get to a low ceiling, and it's kind of tucked back into some trees. So it's fairly hard to get it down there, but pretty easy shot overall. All right, hole 8 is about 250 feet, par 3. This hole has a really low ceiling, and it's a big dog leg to the left. Pretty hard to navigate this hole. All right, hole 9, 510 foot par 3. Not a lot of trees until you get about 3/4 of the way down the fairway. Justin played straight up the middle, and as you can see, I played over the top. All right, hole 10 is a 210 foot par 3. It's a big dog leg to the right. There is no mandos on this hole, but not really any lines to the right hand side, so you really got to bend one around there. I threw a turnover. Justin threw a pretty much stock hyzer. We both parked this one. All right, hole 11. This one's in the long setting, so it played about 520 feet. You know, your basic play is just to make it down the fairway and play a placement shot for your next one. All right, hole 12. This one's a 250 foot par 3. It plays uphill, so it shoots a little bit more like 300. Pretty basic shot. There are a couple guardian trees around the basket. It's about 50 feet before the basket, so I mean, any hyzer play, left or right, will get you there. All right, hole 13 is it says it's about 187 on UDisc, but this hole is about 250 feet. It's blind. The basket's blind, so you play uphill, and once you crest over the hill, it gets kind of flat. You know, the hardest part is getting over that hill, and then you have, you know, a decent look at the basket. All right, hole 14 is a 345 foot par 3. Pretty big elevation drop downhill. Really tight wooded shot. There's not a lot of room to make it to the basket on this one. Hole 15 is a 205 foot par 3. This plays back up the hill that we just shot down on the previous hole. Pretty tight tunnel shot, but also basic. All right, hole 16 is a 242 foot par 3. You got a bit of a low ceiling off the tee. Also, there's a drop in elevation downhill. You know, forehand for left-handed, backhand for right-handed. Nice putt. All right, hole 17 is a 374-foot par 3. There's a small gap right in front of you with a dried up creek that you need to make it over. If you can get past that, you're looking at about another 100 feet to the basket. All right, last hole, hole 18, is a 300-foot par 3. There's a big line of trees right up the middle of the fairway, so you either got to go to the right or to the left. If you play to the right, you're going to want a pretty big skip. It plays a little bit more favorable for left hand. Alright, we just finished up here at Cottage Grove. Pretty rough course. We also did shoot pretty well for what it is. The baskets are great. I really like the basket, old school Innova baskets. The tee pads are a little short. I didn't really like that. Overall, I'm going to give the course a rating of about a 6. It's really, I would recommend a spotter on probably 80% of the holes out here. You know, we both lost a disc and spent, I think, more time looking for discs than we did throwing. Yeah. So, great course overall. I know it's fairly new here, and it's still a work in progress. So, I give props for the guys who are making this happen out here. You know, a little more work, and they got something good going on here, I think. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit more course maintenance, which, you know, time will tell. It's a lot better than the last time I played out here, for sure. I did lose 2 discs. Like he was saying, we might want a spotter on half the holes, but, you know, for now I'm going to give it a 6, but it shows a lot of improvement. So,
all right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you on the next one.